We're live now.
Oh, but I forgot to.
Oh, yeah, we're sending out the invite real quick, but
Yeah.
thanks for joining everybody for another episode of Movie Madness. We're your hosts. We going by host names or just our actual names?
I don't think it really matters, but.
All right. I'm Glasses. This is Chuckles. And we are going to talk about reminiscing about the Disney Renaissance.
Okay, now, how do you want to do this? Like, do you want to go through, like, each movie, like, individually, or...
Oh, man. If we go through it...
Because if we go through each movie individually, we're going to have to make this, like, a three-parter.
That's going to be a long one.
Yeah.
Which I honestly think we should do something like that. I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
Because we'll be able to talk about a multitude of films.
Yeah.
And eventually...
Yeah, so, okay, so, what I initially, like, intended to do was to basically go, like, three at a time.
All right.
We start with Little Mermaid, then we go to, I think it was Rescuers Down Under, and then Beauty and the Beast.
Okay,
and
with
then,
the special one.
Yeah.
Belle.
And then...
talk about you.
And then part two, I gotta look up the order of these.
Okay, but we do have to mention Snow White, don't we? Or
Snow White wasn't part of the Renaissance.
she wasn't part of the... Oh, that's right. That's right. She wasn't. Nor was Jungle Book.
Oh.
Which is a shame because we consider those to be part of the Disney animation. Well, they are part of the animation department.
Yeah.
It's just they're not part of the animation renaissance, the revival. I guess you would say.
Okay, so it goes...
Or Rescuers?
Yeah. So we start with Little Mermaid, Rescuers Down Under, and then Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, yeah.
And then
classics.
Part two would be Aladdin, Lion King, and Pocahontas.
Again, classics.
And then...
Last one, we'd have to do 4.
Yeah. And then part three would be Hunchback, Hercules, Mulan, and Tarzan.
Ooh, man.
Yeah.
And this is a 10-year time span of these movies, stretching from 89 to 99.
Yes. And, the reason I wanted to do this was because the live-action Little Mermaid, just came out recently.
Yeah, it did. It did come out just recently.
Yeah. I actually did get a chance to see it, and I enjoyed it. So,
oh, good. I'm told by a number of people it was good. Some liked it. Others said, nah.
Yeah.
Others didn't like it. They preferred the animated one, which I can understand and I can respect that because you wouldn't have the live-action version without the success of the original.
Right.
Which I actually know that I've read. No, I have. I'm not gonna lie. I am familiar with the author who wrote The Little Mermaid.
Okay.
Hans Christian Andersen. He wrote The Little Mermaid. Not the actual Disney movie, but the fairy tale Little Mermaid. A lot of them. He even did one that a recent animated movie is based on. One of his tales.
Oh.
Would you like to guess which one?
Which one?
You take a guess. We'll let's see. It popped up between the years of let's call it 2010 to 2020. It was a big movie, like a big
Frozen.
Yeah.
Okay.
His version was called The Ice Witch, and it was bloodier than Frozen. But to be fair, Disney movies take out a lot of the blood.
Yeah. Hi, Jessica. I saw the live action.
Jessica is in the house.
Yeah, I saw the live action Little Mermaid. I don't think he did.
I have not. The most recent movie that I saw in theaters was the new Fast 10, or as I like to call it, Fasten.
Yeah. Because
let's fasten our seatbelts here. This is the Fast 10.
Yeah. But one thing I want to get out of the way, really quickly, when it comes to these live action remakes, can we please stop getting angry at the studio for doing them?
Honestly, I can understand why we shouldn't get too angry with them, but we should still criticize them because, like,
Yeah.
dude, the original did it so well. Now, I haven't seen it, so I can't say much about it. But from what I'm given to understand, everyone, from what I'm hearing with Halle Bailey's performance, especially her singing, was good. Was really good.
Yeah.
And
But-
some people have even said that Melissa McCarthy was the best part
Yeah.
of the movie.
Yeah.
And what's nice to it, I do have to say one thing, is that Melissa McCarthy's Ursula is just evil to be evil. Yes!
Yeah.
That's what I want my villains to be. Just be evil. No reason, just be evil because,
Yeah.
screw it, I want to be evil.
Yeah, and one thing that I would like to mention before I get back to what I was talking about, as much as I did like the live action Little Mermaid, there were a few moments, especially with Melissa McCarthy's Ursula, where you could tell they kind of cut corners on the effects.
But I do have to ask one question. Did they have Under the Sea?
Yes.
Okay, that would have been my biggest concern if they
Yeah.
didn't have that one. I mean, I will go back to the live action Lion King, where you know what? That'll be for part 2.
Yeah.
That'll be for part
Yeah.
2 because I've got a few complaints with that one.
But yeah, you don't have to like the remakes, but to get angry about them, simply existing is.
Yeah, see, I'm not. If there are some people that are angry that they just exist, I'm like, yeah. Jessica is saying Melissa McCarthy was good as Ursula. Halle Bailey was pretty good. Actually, pretty good as Ursula. Why did I say Ursula? Halle Bailey as Ursula.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Halle Bailey was actually pretty good as Ariel. There were some plot changes that felt weird. That's what I've noticed with some of the live actions. I'm not going to put them down. You're trying to bring in a newer audience.
Right.
Like this,
And that's the whole point these remakes even exist.
Yeah. I mean, good example. When I was in school, there were some kids inquired that they wanted to watch The Lion King. Now, I'm an adult. My brain goes, aha, they want to see the animated one. No, they wanted to see the live action.
Yeah.
Which, okay, but why don't you watch the animated one, the original?
Of course, some would argue that the live action one technically is animated, but
I would say that it's not animated, it's more CGI effect.
yeah.
Which I'm like, if it were animated, there would be, I don't know, this might be because I watch so many Disney animated movies, there'd be brighter colors and a bit more pop.
Yeah.
But anyways, we should start with the Disney Renaissance with The Little Mermaid.
Yes.
This movie was fun. I was a guy, okay? I was a wee little lad, born up here in the cold, frozen north of Ohio. But I was a little kid. It was a Disney movie. I didn't care.
Yeah, and the cultural impact that this movie had, on the film industry as a whole,
It was a lot.
yeah,
And of course, Disney took the original tale of The Little Mermaid from Hans Christian Andersen, and they Disneyfied it.
yeah,
They gave it a good ending because actually, in the story itself, there's a bad ending
yeah,
where she doesn't confess her feelings to the human prince, Prince Eric. Prince Eric marries someone else, and Ariel turns to sea foam.
yeah, and
And it's like, wow.
we'll probably touch on a few comparisons to some of the live action movies, but I don't really want this to turn into a comparison.
Yeah, we're just reminiscing about
Yeah,
when we watched the movies.
yeah,
I will say this: I liked both Ariel and Eric because it took me a while to figure out why I liked those two. Ariel wanted to be part of Eric's role and show that her father, King Triton, that he was wrong about humans.
yeah,
But there's only so much a father is going to try to listen to his daughter before he just stops. And that's the thing, is that her character is more focused on, she did more words instead of action at times. Whereas Eric Didn't say a whole lot of words. Didn't say a whole lot of words to Triton. As a matter of fact, he said no words to Triton. But it was his actions that showed that there's good in humanity.
Yeah.
Which was Eric piloting a derelict ship smack into Ursula.
Yeah. And
it was like, wow, look at that. You need both people in order to defeat, this Ursula.
Yeah.
One's not more important than the other. You need both. And I thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
And also, let's be honest, Ariel's red hair. I was like, I will straight up say this. It was Ariel that got me into redheads, okay? Ariel got me into redheads. I still have a thing for redheads. But it's those natural redheads, if that makes sense.
Yeah. There was actually one line in particular from the live-action movie that I really, really liked.
Yeah?
Which was when Triton said to Ariel, you shouldn't have to give up your voice in order to be heard.
That's actually good, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think I've also noticed still shots where I do have to ask with Triton. Oh my. You too, Jesker? Yeah. Crushes on Ariel group, yeah. But I will say this. There was a whole lot of diversity, and I do like to see diversity on screen at times. I do like to see diversity. But forgive me for saying, there was a lot of different colored girls that were Triton's daughters. Now, I don't know about you, but if the mamas are all different, but dad's the same, that means dad's getting around. How much alimony, how much child support does this man owe? He can't be a king under the sea if he's got this much. This many kids? Yeah, they all live with him, but come on. That alimony's got to kill him. Like, holy smokes, dude. And I say this for a lot of guys. When they're like, oh, I've got a main chick and a side chick and a side chick. I'm like, dude, quit it with the Zeus syndrome. Put it in your pants. Like that shit, King Triton was a player. He was, he straight up was. This man was rising up different women. Like, and I will say this. I honestly think he was swimming all over the world. Just going like, I'm going to hit up America. I'm going to hit up Central America. I'm going to hit South America. I'm going to hit Africa. I'm going to hit up Europe. I might as well get India while I'm at it. Maybe hit over to China. This man was freaking. This man was thinking with his small head.
Now, okay, you can't really talk about Little Mermaid without talking about Howard Ashman and the contributions he had on the movie.
I'm gonna let you speak on that one because I don't know.
Yeah. Because we wouldn't have Part of Your World if it wasn't for him.
Oh,
yeah.
He's the composer? Or did he provide lyrics?
He provided lyrics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, him and Alan Menken both worked.
Alan Menken?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why that song is so good.
Yeah. And the song "Part of Your World" was initially going to be cut out of the movie because they thought it was too slow.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. Yes, it is a slow song, but it's just right.
Yeah.
It communicates a lot of Ariel's desires in one song.
Yeah.
And it's like, awesome. That tells me all I need to know about her in one song. And especially in a kid's movie, you gotta have that.
Yes.
You gotta have that. And it's so heartfelt. I love that song.
Yeah.
But the one song I like more is Under the Sea. We're at Fairview Park is actually doing a concert. We're going to be playing that song. It's
really?
the Disney Film Favorites medley.
Oh, cool.
And the very first song of the whole medley. And I've directed this piece quite a few times. It's fun. It is so much fun to play and conduct. It is Under the Sea. Oh, copyright infringement. Copyright infringement. Watch out. Relax, Disney. I only did that little part. Okay?
But yeah.
Okay.
What was I gonna say?
Was it something with Under the Sea? Howard Mencken?
No.
Alan Menken?
I've seen people online trying to defend the scene where Triton destroys Ariel's grotto, and like, I'm sorry, but no.
Honestly, I can see why he would do that. I'm gonna play devil's advocate with this one. Him destroying Ariel's grotto has two effects on Ariel. One, it finally pushes her to, instead of just wishing for this man to show up, it actually forces her to commit to action that she's going to go to this man. She's going to run away from home. And two, Triton was trying to keep his daughter away from the outside world because, well, maybe something happened in his time that caused him to shun the outside world. I mean, good example. Look at Aquaman in DC, especially in Justice League. When he first shows up, he's like, we're going to... He straight up invades the land world. You know, the overworld, I think he puts it. And it's because you guys are literally polluting where we freaking live, our oceans, and you're trying to kill us all. It's not until like him and the Justice League work together that they're like, we'll find a compromise. Ultimately, Triton is like Aquaman before Aquaman's compromises to find a middle ground. He wants to keep his daughter shut away from the world, but there's only so much you can defend and keep your kid away.
Yeah.
Before they're going to get out on their own, they're going to get curious, and they're going to go out on their own.
Yeah, and like for me, like my immediate reaction to seeing those posts was like, this is pretty much the equivalent of a parent trashing their kid's room because after finding out that they snuck out after they were grounded.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, you don't even got to tell me. That gave me a little bit of PTSD right there. Because I didn't have that thing. I didn't have that. If I was grounded, I stayed put. Because I knew if I snuck out, it'd be way worse.
Yeah.
But if I didn't have my room cleaned up or the closet wasn't done right, every single clothes, every single shirt was pulled out and was left a mess. And I was told to clean it up by my parents. Guess what I freaking did? I didn't do that. I just said, I'm going for a walk. And there wasn't a darn thing they could do.
yeah.
Because it's like, you're the one that made a mess. I hope I don't ever have to do that, but if I have to do that, I'm going to do it. But let's see. Honestly, we're all at 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
I'm still talking about Little Mermaid.
So
I liked the movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The characterization, the animation, oh my God, the colors on it was so good. But the one song that besides Under the Sea and Part of Your World, my third favorite song.
Kiss the Girl?
Actually, no, not Kiss the Girl. But Kiss the Girl is important. Did they take that out of the live action?
No.
Okay, good.
No, they only took out, well, technically 1.5 songs. They took out Les Poissons.
Yeah, that was I like that one with the chef.
Yeah, and they kind of removed Fathoms Below and turned it into more of an orchestral.
There's Fathoms Below Ursula song?
No. Fathoms Below is the pirate one, I guess. I don't know.
I don't remember that one. To be fair, the last time I saw The Little Mermaid was like months ago. It being the original one, the original animated one. Hey, pop! Okay. But let's see. Yeah, we're at 20 minutes now. We should probably talk about the next movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna feed her.
Okay. What was the next movie that we
Rescuers Down Under.
Rescuers Down Under.
And boy, do I have a lot to say about this one.
Oh, you didn't like this one, did you? Okay, so Rescuers Down Under is the sequel to the original Rescuers, which was basically like Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers.
Yeah.
That when I hear Rescuers Down Under and it's about two mice, guess what I'm thinking? It's Chip and Dale. Yeah, no. Rescuers Down Under is the sequel to Rescuers, taking place in. Oh, Fathoms Below is the song right at the start of the movie.
Yeah. Okay.
So Rescuers Down Under. I like this one. I did, but I was a little kid and I haven't seen it since.
I have mixed feelings on it. First of all, I think I've seen this movie maybe 3 or 4 times.
I think I've seen it like 10 times or something like that.
And every time I have to ask the question, why are
Bernard.
God. Bernard and what's her name?
This is not good. If the female heroine of the duo, you can't remember her name, that's not good.
Bernard and the female mouse. I think her name was like Bernice or something.
It can't be Bernice. It can't be. I'm looking this up. But I'm not. The dog keeps walking all over me like, yeah. All right, I'm gonna look up Rescuers Down Under. Oh, 1990. Wait, Rescuers was like
In the 70s,
the 70s. I liked that one. That one was fun. Okay, you bunch of Bernard and Bianca.
Bianca. Okay, Bianca. Every time I watch this movie, I keep having to ask this question of why are Bernard and Bianca even in this? Because they've been completely downgraded to pretty much side characters.
Yeah, pretty much. In the first one, they felt like they were the main characters, but in this one, they're like they've been sidelined in their own movie.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I gave more of a rip about Cody, the kid, and his interactions with Evil Poacher, who was voiced by George C. Scott.
And
awesome.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Is that
wait, Bob Newhart was Bernard?
Yeah.
Holy smokes!
We see, like, on multiple occasions, Cody is capable of saving himself.
Pretty much. He befriends a friggin' rare golden eagle by freeing it from a trap.
Yeah.
Like, this kid's capable.
Yeah.
This kid's capable. He's fine. He doesn't need help.
Yeah. So, it's like... and...
Wait, hold up. John Candy was in this movie as the albatross?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like, okay, if you want to, like, include, like, the rescuers, in this, so that it is technically a rescuers movie, make it, like, a different faction of the rescuers.
Yeah.
So that's, because every time the movie cut back to Bianca and Bernard, I'm just like, can we get back to Cody, please?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
because
they contribute nothing to this movie.
I was more interested in Cody than Bernard and Bianca. And not to put down Bob Newhart and Ava Gavor's work in this, respectively, as Bernard and Bianca. They did good. They did pretty dang good. Yes. It had me believing that a kid in Australia had a real giant golden eagle as well. I was like, man, I want one of those.
Yeah.
You have any idea what I could do? What could you do?
Yeah.
I could not sit in traffic. You get to where I gotta go real quick.
Yeah, and you want to know, like, one of the more frustrating parts of this movie is that it's established that Cody seems to have this, like, ability to talk to animals,
Yeah.
and yet it's never explained or elaborated on.
No. I think he spends so much time out in the wilderness, he understands, like, animals. But that's all I really know.
Like, at least, like, okay, with the first movie, like, I think her name was Marie.
I think so. Let me see. Rescuers. Penny. Penny's the young orphan in Rescuers.
Okay. At least, like, with Penny, there was a legitimate need, like, for her to be rescued.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was portrayed as defenseless.
Yep. Pretty much. Yeah.
And it wasn't like she was talking to the animals, but more like they were talking to her. If that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
And she even acknowledges this in the by the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in that regard, the first movie is like
way better.
Yeah, it's way better.
It is. He can talk to animals because of midichlorians. Dude, why the heck are you bringing Star Wars into this? Come on, man. But no, the first one was made in '77. Apparently, Walt Disney shelved it due to his dislike of the project's political overtones or something like that.
Originally, like in the first movie, they wanted Cruella to be the main villain.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see why I always thought Cruella would be in Rescuers because it's like the I don't recognize the villain at all. I'm like, I don't care. She's basically a Cruella ripoff.
Yeah. Yeah. Really, the only good thing I'll say about Rescuers Down Under is the animation.
The animation was solid.
Yeah.
It was like really, really good.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, there was one thing that I still remember to this day from Rescuers Down Under. It was when, what was that? That poacher had that pet.
Oh, the lizard.
Yeah, the lizard.
Yeah.
Where she likes eggs, and she eats eggs, and so he puts out eggs for herself, and she eats both of them. Like, it's just like, did you take my eggs? Oh, your mouth. Ah! Yeah, Joanna was freaking hilarious in that interaction. Whereas it was completely funny.
Also, like,
Over the mouth.
What was with that ending? Like, of
them flying off into the sunset.
Roper just sitting on a nest.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, like these baby birds they hatch, they start trying to eat him.
That was weird.
It was a weird ending. I honestly kind of pigeonholed that one a little bit.
Yeah.
So that one, it was the first Disney sequel to make it into the Renaissance. It was the only one in the Disney.
Yeah.
In the Disney Renaissance.
And it was a box office bomb.
Well, yeah. I mean, I actually looked up and it said it was released alongside the same day as Home Alone.
Yeah.
How are you going to compete against that? Okay, both films have John Candy. No question about that. But when Home Alone does better than an animated movie, the heck are you going to do? Nothing. I mean, critics said, oh, it was good. Yeah, but if people go see Home Alone, they're not going to go see Rescuers Down Under.
Right.
especially when, okay, so the box office take was 47.4 million, which is a shadow,
Yeah.
an utter shadow. Guess how much the box office for The Rescuers was?
Was it less than that?
169 million.
Dang.
The sequel didn't do so well.
Yeah.
It didn't, and that should say something. When you have, like, it was not smart of them to release that movie the same day as
No.
Home Alone. They should have released it either earlier than Home Alone or after Home Alone, because they're like, when you release a picture that's who did Home Alone?
That was John Hughes.
Yeah. When you really release your movie the same day of a John Hughes movie, guess who's gonna pick what? Guess where the money's gonna go? John Hughes. Because people like John Hughes movies. He was the king of the 80s. And also a little bit of the 90s. Let's be honest about that with Home Alone.
But yeah, and like every time, like the one mouse character from Rescuers Down Under that I did like was Jake.
Yeah, Jake was pretty cool.
I wish the movie had been about him, honestly.
Honestly, it should have been just Rescuers Down Under and should have just focused on Jake.
Yeah.
That honestly would have been pretty dang cool.
Yeah.
But
instead we got to do this like stupid subplot where Bernard is trying to propose to Bianca.
And it's like...
And I'm going to be honest, Frozen did that plot way better. Like,
in all honesty, like, you could tell Kristoff was like, the whole time he's like, I gotta talk with Anna. I need to talk with Anna. I need to talk with Anna. It's like, and part of me is like, dude, go up to her and say, I need to talk with you about something.
Yeah.
It's important. And if you don't come with me, I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
But you need to come and talk with me, please.
Yeah, because, like, at least with Frozen 2, the marriage subplot was actually relevant.
Yes. Yes, it was. Guy went from pauper to king in a matter of seconds like that. I'm like, God damn. Like, I ain't got no shot, but he had a shot, and he just was like,
God.
he took it. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if we should talk about Rescuers Down Under much more.
No.
Okay, so the next one was
Beauty
and the Beast.
Um,
The third movie in the Disney Renaissance. And the first one
to get nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah. Well, didn't this... No, Toy Story was the one that established Best Animated Picture, right? Best Animated Feature?
No, Best Animated Feature didn't start until, like, 2001.
Damn.
Yeah. And it was only because Chicken Run missed its shot at Best Picture.
Oh, dang.
So...
Yeah. Beauty and the Beast. Classic story. And it's... Oh, man. It's such a good story.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the Princess Belle... Look at this. Yeah, your dog's named after her, right?
I did have some issues with Belle in the movie.
Oh, yeah?
One thing I will say, this is a gorgeous looking movie.
Oh, 100%. This one looks so dang good. Even seeing it in school, I was like, wow. Yes, we do have to talk about that, Jesker. Belle was like the only educated person in her village. There was literally a whole song about how the dumbass villagers making fun of her for reading.
Yeah.
Yes. There goes that girl with her nose in a book. No, wait. There goes the baker with his bread like always. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And do they make fun of her? Yeah. They make fun of her because her dad's a friggin' nut job.
Yeah.
He's a crazy inventor. But, and it's summarized up so well where she reads and then Gaston comes in. It's like, how can you read this? There's no pictures. I'm like, oh my God, we're dealing with that shit. I think I would turn into Belle's dad pretty damn fast too. Simply because I'm like, I'm surrounded by morons that can't read. That won't read.
Although my favorite song in the movie is "Be Our Guest."
Oh,
But-
everyone's favorite
Yeah.
song is that. Be Our Guest was freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
It was an absolute feast for the eyes watching that. And also musically, oh my god, that one is fun.
Yeah.
Be our guest, be our guest. Put our service to the test.
Yeah. Well, as soon as she gets into the castle, and meets like the Beast's servants, all I can think is, why don't they just like tell her what's going on?
Because it's, I mean, let's be honest.
Then I feel like she'd be more like willing to like help.
Oh, heck no, she wouldn't be willing to help.
But,
If they told her, listen, you have to kiss this guy, fall in love with this guy so we can turn back into you, and she's going to say, heck no!
I mean, because she does eventually.
Fall in love with the Beast.
Well, yeah, but she does eventually find out. Like she figures out on her own that the castle is enchanted. So it's like,
Of course
at
she
that
does.
point, just tell her what's going on. Like,
I mean, you literally could tell her that, but it's going to have to be, it's like, listen, if you could help us, we'd appreciate it. We'll try and do something, but let's be honest. The main thing that she has to do is her and the Beast had to fall in love.
Yeah.
The only way that was able to happen was because Beast lost control of his temper because she went where she wasn't supposed to go.
Right, and
then she ran away because he told her to get out. She runs away. She gets, attacked by wolves, and
Yeah.
Beast comes in, whoops ass, and she starts chastising him.
I mean, even though it was her fault to begin with.
It really was. Like, she wasn't supposed to be in the West Wing.
Yeah.
I'm sure they would have told her eventually. But, curiosity killed the cat. And how else were they going to get the plot moving in the story?
Right.
Yeah, you have to help the Beast get laid so he can turn back into humans. Dude, I swear to God, I have a comic about that. I am not joking. I am 100% not joking. I need to find it. Keep going. I will get back to you in just a second with this.
So my two favorite songs in this movie are "Be Our Guest" and the Gaston song.
Yes. Yeah, Be Our Guest is great, Gaston, and I managed to find it. My what I got, Gaston. All right, so there's this comic that I found like back in early December. Max is introducing Roxanne to Goofy. Hey, Dad, I'd like you to meet my girlfriend Roxanne. Then there's Goofy. Gosh, Max, what the hell even is she? She doesn't look like a dog. She looks like some unholy combination of man and beast. Third panel. No, in the second panel, Max is disgusted. Then Roxanne runs away. Max is like, no, wait. Then Goofy's like, don't go there. And then the last panel, it shows Belle talking to a human beast saying, this is why I wanted to wait until after the curse was broken. And Roxanne is screaming into her pillow, I'm a monster! And Beast is just like, freaking hilarious. So goddamn funny. I was like, man, this is stupid funny. And I like it.
You wouldn't believe how many videos I've seen on YouTube, trying to like defend Gaston, saying that he was right.
The guy's a pig! I'm sorry, the guy's a pig and a jock in every sense of the friggin' word. Every sense of the friggin' word. He's like, alright, but now at the time it was expected that a woman would get married, have a lot of kids, and stay in the house. Yeah, Belle didn't want that.
No.
Belle didn't want that. You know what happened to her? She'd be cast out as a village weirdo.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like the way she describes Gaston as was, she said conceited and a couple of other words.
Oh, he's definitely conceited. He thinks he's the hottest thing to ever stroll the block. Wait until somebody introduces him to hot cheese. That freaking Frenchman.
But then she meets the Beast later, who is like almost the same way.
Almost, but not entirely. He's just angry I wouldn't say he's conceited and full of himself, but he's definitely more of a loner and just he's not. He doesn't have as big an ego as Gaston. I will say that.
Okay, yeah.
There's a whole Robot Chicken sketch of the Disney characters debating cross-species romances and its morality. Beast is like, under all this, I'm really human, so Bella and I are cool, right? I remember seeing that. It's when Goofy brings. Is it Mirabelle the cow? Yeah, it's Mirabelle of the cow to dinner. Clarabelle. Yeah. Clarabelle. The cow to dinner. And they're all like, they can't do cross-species dating. It was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But yeah, that sketch was like, dude, what the heck is this?
But yeah, and then that scene where Maurice barges into Gaston's tavern, like screaming and yelling about a beast. Like, wouldn't you act the same way as Gaston did?
Oh, 100%. and of course they also were like, what was it like? It was huge, messy. They had to eat so many. I'm like, you guys are really just egging them on. Yeah. But here's the thing. I would be doing the exact same thing if I was in their shoes. Because Maurice as the village cuckoo, the village wackadoo. He's nuts. And the only kid that he has is his hot daughter that reads a shit ton of books.
Yeah.
Which back then when this took place, I don't know what time period this takes place, but it's obviously in France. I can tell you that. But people that were more of a peasant stature weren't big on reading. They weren't big on reading. Oh yeah. I was like, Jesus. But honestly, the animation was so good in this movie. Like whenever someone says, "Oh, do you want to watch Beauty and the Beast?" I'll tell them, put on the animated one.
Yeah.
Because that one was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Picture. Like, here, let me pull up the wiki. I will read it. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm certainly going to read enough of it. Beauty and the Beast, 1991 film. A musical fantasy. An arrogant young prince, Robert Benson, and Paige O'Hara was Belle, yada yada yada. Based on a 1756 fairy tale of the same name by Jean-Marie Le Prince de Beaumont, who was only credited in the French dub. That's sad. When the actual author is only credited in the French dub, that English can't even do that. I'm like, are you freaking for real? I would love to see that.
Yeah. Oh, I should probably mention that Howard Ashman passed away before this movie could be completed.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That stinks.
Yeah. So yeah.
But there was Alan Menken as the music.
Yeah.
So I bet he worked with.
Yeah. The movie was dedicated to his memory.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Budget was $25 million. Guess how much it made? A little bit more than $440 million. Dang. At the box office. That's awesome. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Premiered at the New York Film Festival on September 29th, 1991. It won the Golden Globe Award for Best Motion Picture, musical or comedy. So you can say it's a Golden Globe winning film, which you can't say about the live action one. Right. So I will say that.
Yeah.
The first animated film to ever win that category. First one. How cool is that? And then it also became the first animated film to be nominated for the Academy Award for Best Picture at the 64th Academy Awards. It lost to Silence of the Lambs. But the fact that it was going up against Silence of the Lambs, and I've seen both, I would still pick Beauty and the Beast over Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah. And
but it did win Best Original Score.
Oh,
so it is Academy Award winning. And Best Original Song for Beauty and the Beast.
Okay. And essentially the movie's anthem.
Yeah. So it is an Academy Award winning movie.
Yeah. And one thing I will say about the music is that even when watching the movie, um, it feels like you're watching a Broadway show.
Oh, 100% is. It 100%
Yeah.
feels like it. And even people have even said that in 2014, Time Magazine ranked it as the greatest film of the Disney Renaissance. And I can easily see that. If you were to have me vote on which one do I think was the best movie of the animated films, I would say number one would be Beauty and the Beast, 100%. Like the love and color and creation in that film was so well done.
Yeah.
So well done.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I just think Belle could have complained just a little bit less.
Well, she could have, but she also had some sass to her. Let's be honest about that. She had some sass. Was like, you should have been in the West Wing. Well, you should have scared me off.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? You barged into his private area. As a guy, any guy will tell you, they have a designated spot that is called the man cave. It is where they are allowed to be themselves, be them primal selves. You went in because you were curious. You was stupid. You was dumb. You was dumb, and I will not take that back. Went down the wrong way. Hold on.
Yeah, it's like she almost gets the beast killed twice.
Yes, twice. First by the wolves, then almost by Gaston. Though to be fair, the first time when Beast sees Belle, he gets strength because he has to protect her.
Mm-hmm.
But also his own life. Well, initially he didn't give a rip about his own life. He was too depressed and malaise. Yeah. But when Gaston just stabs him, I was like, oh my god. If it weren't for her admitting that she loves him, as he loves her, he would have died.
Yeah.
He would have straight up died. Yeah, and you want to know what it would have been in Bella's future for her educated ass? A house by herself, a whole bunch of cheap French wine, and a crap ton of cats. That's what would have happened. But Disney, of course, was like, no, he lives. I'm like, no, it's a kid's movie.
Right.
They got to make it so there's the happy ending.
Yeah.
Oh, but man, I honestly love that movie so much. My second favorite, I will have to say, though, is Mulan.
Yeah.
Mulan was so good. Specifically, no, I'm not going to say it. I'll save it for the part 3.
Yeah, we'll get to Mulan.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually.
Because the next movies we're going to talk about
are Aladdin, Lion King, and Pocahontas.
Aladdin, Lion King, and Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Oh, man. We're going to talk about Robin Williams next? Yeah. Oh, man, man. Okay, so let's see. We might as well plan for this.
Mm-hmm.
So, here's the thing. I have a concert tomorrow.
Okay.
For Bay Village Community Band. However, there's a 70% chance of rain at 7 p.m. I'm thinking, how does I get out by latest 1:30? How does about 2:30 sound? I come on over. We record part 2.
That sounds great.
Okay, we will work with that.
All right.
Rip Robin Williams, yes. Have you heard any of his stuff? Yeah. I fondly remember this one joke my father and I listened to where he was talking about weed. It was freaking hilarious. It was so goddamn funny. Because he was talking about the different strains. And there was one strain where if you smoked it, you forgot what the heck you were doing. You were like, huh! Did I think I was supposed to do something? I can't remember what. All right, breathe. My father and I, we were dying of laughter, but nothing tops the famous golf bit. Yeah. Nothing tops it.
Yeah.
And how the Scottish invented golf. It's a riot.
Apparently, the reason he killed himself was, I guess, because he got diagnosed with, I guess, some kind of dementia.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always hard because I've seen what dementia can do to
Yeah.
the person. I hope I don't have to go down that road. I hope I don't have to, but who knows? Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up here because, as Jack Black so famously put it in Tenacious D's video games, I got things to do because I don't play video games no more. Never play video games. But I got things to do.
All right.
Be sure to like, comment, subscribe,
and join the Discord.
Yep.
See y'all tomorrow.
See y'all tomorrow. We will record for more Disney Renaissance. Alrighty,